Hello everyone, my name is Shepherd's Eagle. I hope you are all doing well. This video is basically from silver for silver. Now let me explain a little bit. I want to become a team coach in League of Legends, which is a lofty goal, I know that, and I'm learning every day at the moment. Like yesterday, for example, I learned about team compositions like tag, siege, catch, split, and so on and so forth. But it's a lot of time and a lot of effort I invest at the moment, since I can't do very much because of my personal situation. In case you're wondering, this year is not just for fun, it's because I had an ear surgery and I'm bound to basically sit around. So I want to be a little bit productive in this time. So why I do this video is because I started to climb the first time for serious reasons this season. Like 2 months ago I started. I think I started in bronze 3 or something, now I'm silver 2. In case you think like, okay, like he's silver, what am I gonna learn from him? Just watch the video. If you are lower elo, like silver, gold, or even platinum, you can take something away from this. And without further ado, I'm gonna play a replay, like the last game I played, because I think it's a pretty good example for how to carry from the support position. And then I don't mean like playing a carry support. You can do that, of course. Feel free if you're good at that, but I mean like totally on the macro level and a little bit on the skill level too, on the micro skill level, but mostly macro. So I'm gonna play the replay. You can tell me in the comments what you think. Yeah, hit the subscribe button if you want to see more of me, more videos, of course. Leave a like, I would really appreciate this, and if you have any questions, just post in comments below. And now let's jump into the game. Quickly gonna switch over. So what I want to point out first is you have, even in lower elo, you have to do a little bit of research, you know, like how the game works and what you have to be patient about in the games to even be able to carry from a support position. I'm playing Braum this game. I'm paired up with Illusion, pretty nice combo. Like we have the winning lane matchup here. Jhin, Brand are able to put a lot of pressure, even though you will see in the game they don't really know how to apply the pressure. So yeah, just gonna toggle the sound a little bit. Alright, I'm not gonna pause for most of the game, so it doesn't take too long to get through, but you're gonna see some steps and I'm gonna talk about what I do here, so you can take away something from that. Basically, Olaf decides to start blue. Lucian and I cover red buff. This is pretty much standard, and as a support you should always like cover the buff that's near to your lane. You can see the enemies, I didn't know of course in the game, but now the enemies don't decide to invade or even check for vision or something. Lux is covering topside jungle, which is a pretty good setup for Olaf, because he knows red buff is safe, blue buff is safe, he can easily do his first clear, and afterwards try to gank, or even get a crab before. So what I want to focus on is how to behave now that we know, okay, we don't have to leash on bot lane, because that happens a lot. Like if you're bot lane on blue side, like we are at the moment, you can go to lane instantly without having to leash and get the first level 2, like the first push. And as you will see, that's exactly what I force here. Like Lucian follows up on it. I don't know this Lucian player, I've never played with him before, but I can take it away for now that I feel I had a pretty good synergy with him. This is not normal. Like you have AD carries where the synergy lags a little bit, that can happen too. But try to like always adapt a little bit to the playstyle your AD carry has. But as a support, as you can see, I push in the wave, I force the level 2 as early as possible, because then we get a lane advantage, and Jhin and Brand normally don't really like to get pushed in. As you can see, Brand is having a little bit of a hard time to poke. Normally Brand wants to poke, he wants to be the dominant part of the lane, and Jhin wants to stay back a little bit more to farm safely, because Jhin on the other hand has to be very careful that I don't engage on him as a Braum. So what you can see, we will get the we got the first early push, and we will get the second push too, which is good because we get level 2 first. Okay, we got it at the same time actually because they cleared the minions. But we have lane dominance now. Like, I can ward the brush in the river. I know we are safe from ganks. I see our Olaf is in the bot jungle there. You can see it right here. He's farming his camps. He's doing a full clear. I can tell you already, our teammates on the top side are gonna int a little bit in the beginning, but spoiler, we're gonna win the end. We're gonna win the game in the end. Sorry, I'm German for some flaws here in English. I'm doing my very best. Now, what you can see here, as I said before, Brand wants to be lane dominant. They are pushing in now. They try to shove in the wave, which they are doing pretty successfully. Jhin is staying back and wants to farm a little bit, as you can see. He doesn't want to be here because then he's at risk of getting engaged on by me because Lucian has E. So if I go forward, Lucian can easily proc the stun, on Jhin. And of course, that's not something you want to risk. Basically what I'm doing right now is I try to help him last hit a little bit so we can get the push again. Because if we don't push now, and this is very important, we lose control over the lane. And Brand wants kills early. Like, this dude here is all going for kills. And if we get pushed in like here, and we don't see them, what they do here, I pinged Olaf to go back because we are on the tower at the moment and we can't force the 2v3 or 2v2 even, because Brand would have pressure on us and Jhin could hit us from the back. I pinged him back. But basically what you want to do in this situation is just push in a little bit more so you at least can see the enemies, you know when they move, and you can hold them a little bit tighter to the bot lane. What I do now again, I push in, you know, I take the cannon first, so as soon as possible, and Lucian can do last hits here. Yeah, this is what basically Brand wants to do. He wants to fight, you know, he wants to poke, he wants to fight, he wants to force a stun. But I'm managing it pretty okay to not get hit by all of his abilities, and well, he's not really trying to hit them anyways, as you can see, but yeah. It's still silver, so don't take it too serious what happens here. So basically what you can see, top lane entered a little bit, he got killed, but got a kill in return, like on Olaf. Oh no, sorry, not on Olaf. Olaf just got a kill on Yasuo, which is nice. So the lanes are relatively even at the moment, I would call it. We are playing it safe on the bot lane. I'm just like, yeah, shooting some Qs to hold them back. Brand wants to base now, I don't get why, because he has no mana of course, but he could stay to like help Jhin a little bit here. So we now Brand is base. Kayn is in our jungle, I didn't know that actually, because we didn't have vision on him. But yeah, this is basically, now it's pretty bad for Jhin, because we can shove in the wave again. Brand has gotten his reset. But to be fair, we could play this a lot more aggressive right now. Like, we're doing it safe, because you don't know the game chat. In the beginning, we all agreed in lobby that we will play it safe. But Lucian, like, I did a mistake there. Lucian did the right thing, he stayed because we need to shove in the wave completely. He's forcing, yeah, this was pretty well played by Lucian. That's what I mean, like, I procced the Q on Brand, Lucian instantly followed up with his E, double shot, and then the fourth tap to like proc the stun, and Brand has to base again basically. So now what you want to do is like push in the wave completely. We get a good reset off. Lucian can get his first item, I can get my first item. Okay, actually we push in another wave now because it just reset, but like, that's a good point. If you want to go base and reset, and you see that a wave, for example, I'm just gonna pause you now. A base is here, sorry, not a base. A wave is right here coming after you shoved in. You know that they will get the next push, and they will push your minion wave right here under the tower, so you lose it. So always take care, if you push a wave out to reset, that the wave that follows next is not right here under your tower already, like theirs is under their tower of course, but back there, like this wave. You know, this is a perfect reset we get now. Like we shove in this wave completely. I'm gonna play again. A little bit of trading here, but I don't really want to go there, you know. It's okay for me to take a little bit of damage because I know we shoved in the wave, it's fine. Jhin farms it up and we go base, get a perfect reset off. So this is not really a cheater recall, because a cheater recall is if you can like get most of the farm still without losing anything, but the enemy has to like stay safe because he can't reach the farm under the tower. That's a cheater recall. But this is a pretty normal recall. We didn't take it actually. I forgot about that because Olaf pinged the Drake, which was a fine call. It was free. Like enemies had no pressure in lane. We didn't know where the jungle was, I think, at that time, but yeah, we had pretty much a dominant position because the bot couldn't move. Jhin reset, so now we reset. Exactly. Lucian got his BF. I got my Kindle gem, which is perfectly fine for Braum. Like the first thing you want to build on Braum is a little bit of health, especially against the poke bot lane like Jhin and Brand, so you can eat a little bit more of the damage without just getting bursted, because a little bit of resistances won't stop the burst in the first few levels. So what Lucian is doing here is absolutely fine. He's trading in a little bit to like get the Jhin low. Brand, he's not really able to do much here because Lucian is staying pretty safe. I'm helping him last hit a little bit. That's always something you can do. Of course, we fucked up there a little bit, but it's okay. As soon as you get your first reset off, you always want to put a pink here if you're playing against a pretty immobile bot lane. That's important only if you're playing against an immobile bot lane. Lucian gets a solo kill here. I see, okay, he's in danger because of Brand. Brand already trying to go back. I go to Lucian, help him get the kill. Okay, actually I got it with a dubstep ignite. But it was fine. So yeah, if you're playing against an immobile bot lane, like Jhin and Brand, then you can always like put a pink here, a little bit more back there, because if they want to clear it, they have to go further into the brush to clear it. If they put vision here and see that there's a pink, because then you're almost sure, if they are immobile, if you don't see them on lane and they still want to fight you, that they most likely will try to take the way through the dry brush here. And if you put a pink here, you can always put normal wards here, like the standard, like I did here. So you can sweep this brush out if needed, like if you want to set up a gank for Olaf or something in this case, so he doesn't step on vision, and that's okay. If you play against the Kayn, you can argue that he could still move like right through here if they clear out this vision. But yeah, the Kayn is a little bit not too much bot focused, I would say. I think we didn't see him bot once. So yeah. If you get the push here and you know the enemy is reset, try to take as many plays as possible. As soon as you see the enemies come back, just go base, like we do here. Just reset again. The wave is gonna reset, like it's gonna crash in the middle here. That's called a reset. So we can base safely, get more items, and then go back to lane. The macro perspective, like where I can start to carry as a support with a Braum, for example. I'm not like the perfect roaming support in the early levels, starts a little bit later. Like level 8, 9 maybe, then you can start to really force roams with Braum. But you need to have lane priority for that, and you need to have you need to have the security that your AD carry stays safe. Because if I leave Lucian for roaming, he's pretty much exposed to a heavy burst bot lane from them. Because if he gets caught once, you can pretty much be sure that he's dead after. Always try to last hit the cannons with the stacks from your item, from your rune steel, Spalders passive, so you get as much gold of it as possible. You don't want to hit, you don't want to execute minions with caster minions with this, because they don't give you a lot of gold. So lane state for now, we are pretty much ahead. Actually Jhin is ahead in farm, but that's not of any matter at the moment, because Lucian got his items a little bit more than Jhin, like he has more damage than Jhin. Brand is a little bit behind in items. I'm pretty fine. I think Orchid gets the solo kill here. Yeah, nice. And we're fighting bot lane, and again Lucian is engaging, which is actually pretty good, because I can follow up on Lucian here. It's a little bit risky, I would say. I would not recommend this, because now he dies, of course, because he eats all the damage. I should have engaged in this case, but he was, like I said, he was fine with it, and we were in sync pretty much throughout the entire game. What I do now, I see a lot of supports, even tank supports, who see a wave like this. They know they are alone in lane, and they try to push it out. This is a bad idea, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because in this case here, you see, I think I left 1 minion more for them alive than we had. So actually what we get now is a slow push in our direction. Like their lane has, let's count again, yeah, their lane has 1 more minion than we do, so it pushes a little bit more to us. Yeah, I don't think he's gonna get that kill. Oh, he gets it actually, but he dies for it, alright. So, as you can see, they pushed it in, Lucian gets a lot of farm again, so we don't miss out on the wave. In the other way around, Lucian wouldn't have got this farm. This was pretty much int by Jhin, because he knew we were there, we just pushed out the wave, so he has to back off here. Lucian gets the solo kill on Brand, which is perfect, because Brand was like, dude, what you doing there? He was trying to help Jhin, but inted instead. Lucian is pretty much ahead now, like he can do whatever he wants. He has his Essence Reaver, he ults Kayn now. I don't get why Kayn goes back in there, but yeah, anyways. So we have pressure at bot lane now, we know their bot lane is dead. So we can take Drake again. Lucian just killed their jungler. This is the reason why we can force Drake easily now, even though they have vision. Doesn't matter, because they can't smite. What I do now is try to get in front of the R from Jhin. It was slowed by the Ocean Drake, that was a little bit of pity, but that's fine. So what you can see is I'm using, or basically we are using our bot pressure in lane, since we have a winning lane now, to force objectives like the Drake. You will see later in the game that we also use our pressure to force other objectives on the map, and when I start to roam, then it gets interesting. But for now, we're still in lane, like we have to push it through the lane through to the tower, so we get more plates. Plates disappear at 14 minutes. We have 15 seconds left, so I'm really like going ham on this tower. I'm pinging Lucian. I remember that in the game to like, yeah, to get the tower, because we got 2 more plates now, and now they fall off. Okay, so this is perfectly fine for us. We got we won our lane basically. Brand is totally behind, like he's 1-4, Jhin is 0-3, even though he's farmed okay, I'd say. And now the action starts. Now we're gonna roam. I have to talk a lot because it's a lot of stuff you have to like put emphasis on, if you say it like this. I have to mention. What I do now is like always, before you leave your base, after you got your bot lane tower, for example, if you're playing support, what you always got to do is when you reset after taking the tower, you know you don't have to go back to bot lane. Why? Because first, your tower is pretty healthy at this moment, should be. Ours is. You know there is no objective bot lane. You can take farm if they push it through. Brand is taking the farm with Jhin right now, but they have a pretty long way to go. Like until they are here, it takes a little time. So what I do when I'm in base, I look at the other lanes. I look at objectives. I know we just took Drake, so there's no objective bot lane in any case. No tower, no Drake, no crap, because we got the crap already. So I'm definitely not going bot lane again. Okay, that's the first rule for you. If there's no objective bot lane and your ADC can't even farm, like if there would be a big minion wave here, then I would probably go bot lane with him to cover him, so he can farm, but there's nothing, then you don't go there. Like you want to go elsewhere on the map. I see, okay, top lane got pushed through 2, we got top tower 2, so basically the minion waves in top lane are resetting a little bit, like we push it in, like or got pushed it a little bit further. But Urgot is fine, he's 5-2 now, he's a 300 gold bounty. Irelia is pretty behind 1-4. He played that matchup really well. And so the only option for me is, because Rift Herald is up 2, to go mid lane. And I pinged Lucian to follow me because like there's nothing else on the map where we can go, it's just mid lane. So we build pressure mid lane. Just watch and look what we do there. And I know we have pressure, so I don't care like if Yasuo wants to engage on me, because I know Lucian is right behind me, so I just step in front of him. Urgot was there covering top lane too, so he was covering the pathing top lane. And now we push in. Basically, because we want to build pressure mid lane. So we can force Herald, for example, and push top lane out again without being in danger from a roaming mid from Yasuo. So you see, we push in the wave. They have to call all their players, like everyone is coming mid now, because they know, okay, they are clumping mid lane, they want to take the tower, and we just chill. That's important. Like if you see, all of them are coming mid lane, which Urgot did was pretty stupid here. Just chill, you know, like don't pressure too much. You know, okay, enemies are mid lane, that's perfect for us because we want to fight, we want to force a fight, not like Urgot of course, but we want to force a fight because we are stronger. So we push it in again, but we chill. And now Kayn was standing on vision, I don't think he realized that, maybe he was typing in chat or something, whatever. I picked him up, Lucian got the kill, easy peasy. Now we have an advantage because we are 4v3. We can push mid lane in easily now, since we know Brand has AoE damage and still has ult, and Yasuo can deal a lot of damage too. We don't overforce here. Like we pressure, of course, I take the Q, I don't even care. There, a little bit trolling there. And what I do now is, okay, I see this will be an endless minigame here, mid lane. Like we're gonna push in, they're gonna lose a little bit health on the tower, but basically we won't take the tower. So I go rotate. This is what I mean by roaming supports can carry 2, even in silver, because this is silver too. And I start the Rift Herald. I ping it, Urgot follows up. I wanted Lucian to follow, but actually he stays mid lane, which is perfectly fine now because Urgot has a lot of damage and auto attacks can, so we take the Rift Herald easily. And now we force another objective. Like I said before, we pushed out top lane again. Like we have pressure top lane, we have pressure mid lane, we have pressure bot lane. All our lanes are pushing, so we have the advantage and definitely can take the objective for free. Because if they leave mid lane, we know they are coming and we could like cut them off here. Or even here, if they move very far. Like, because Lucian just has to follow them. He's too fat to not get an advantage of a fight. So I take Rift Herald because my team was a little bit like giving me control of the game, because I did a lot of calls already until that point. You can make calls as a support damn well in that elo, because all other laners are pretty much busy doing their plays. I place Rift Herald mid lane. We take the tower, I get the Demolish proc off here. So we want to push the second tower too. Kayn eats my passive, gets bursted instantly. I pressure Irelia, I ult in the middle so Yasuo can't engage. And now a fight starts to follow. What you see me doing here is I try to push as far as possible to get to Olaf, so he doesn't die to Irelia because of my W, which is pretty fine. And now we get the second tower, with the help of the Rift Herald, of course. Now we can push through all the way to the inhib, because 4 people are dead. Jhin is like doing whatever, I don't know what he's doing there. Maybe running away from Olaf. But basically we can take the inhib for free now. What you see me doing now is I don't even care if I die here. So I just face Kayn instantly. He knows, okay, he's not gonna able to engage on me because of Lucian and Urgot. Too many auto attacks with my passive would be like insta kill for him. And now we go base. Actually, Lucian pings the Drake, but I take the reset, so I get the Knight's Vow and the Moby Boots. Oh no, sorry, the Aegis. Aegis? Aegis? I don't know how you pronounce that correctly in English, sorry. So basically this is where we already won the game. And I can tell you easily why, because you can see that all our lanes are still pushing in. Yasuo is taking the farm mid lane because he has to stop the super minions from rolling over into their base. Urgot is pretty much like, okay, I take the wave top lane if it pushes in, but he has nothing more to do, so we know we are completely free to roam. Like, do whatever we want. And why? Because I started roaming, pressuring mid lane, taking Herald. Top lane is already in pressure through Urgot's advantage, and so we completely forced mid lane. And this was my call. Like, I completely forced this thing here, the push. I forced the inhib, my team followed, I pinged the objective, the Herald, they followed, we took it, and I always built pressure as Braum. Like, I'm not a carry or something, but I can build pressure if my team is able to follow. So if your team is not able to follow, this of course wouldn't work out that easy. But I'd say I'd put it like this: like, if you as a support, even as Braum, do stuff like I did on bot lane, like being a little bit bold, forcing objectives and forcing plays, then most likely your team, even if it takes a little while, will get it and follow up. Like, they don't have to do much. If I engage with Braum, like I'm a tanky beast now, like they just have to do damage. They have to right click and that's it. Even if Lux would just right click, it would proc the passive. So you can do a lot. So what I'm trying to do now is get an overview over the map. In this case, you can see the map is resetting. Top lane wave is resetting, mid lane wave is just hitting each other, is resetting, bot lane wave is resetting, and the map is split in half again. So this is, I'd call it a weird point, because even in pro play you see teams which struggle to make the right decision now. And we struggle too. Like, you see us running around for a while now, doing basically nothing, just waiting. I was looking if Baron was already up. No, it was not. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna, let's see where I am exactly. I'm building up vision around top lane because I want to push the top lane. I'm pinging that right now, as you can see. I know Irelia is there. We want to catch her, but she's a little smarter than we are, and she goes exactly there where I didn't look. You know, like, she's getting the safe backport and I'm just running around like a troll. But whatever. So, as you can see, I'm running around a little bit lost because my team is not following. They're trying to hold mid lane, which is absolutely fine. Like, they don't have to follow me there. Lux is with me, and she wanted to go mid lane again. Like, I'm gonna push this button, and then, as you can see now that Irelia based, Lux wants to go mid again because there are 3 people. And this is pretty standard in low elo. I called her back. Like, if you can see, as you can see here, I pinged help, help me push top lane, because in low elo, if people don't know what to do, you might know that yourself. Mostly, both teams are gonna clump up in mid lane and play ARAM. Of course, this doesn't work in most cases, so I am a support, but I still do the shot calling here. So I ping Lux back, hey, push top lane in with me, top tower is free, all of them are going mid lane, we can hold mid, like Urgot and Lucian are way too fat for them to engage on them under tower. They can dive Lucian or Urgot, either way they would die. So we have pressured top lane. They hold them up, I typed in chat like hold them mid lane, so that we can push top lane safely. And now you see me and Lux doing a big mistake. Like, I'm silver for a reason at the moment. I'm still climbing, of course, and I will get better and higher rank. We completely ignored this one here, like that they were coming. I set up the vision perfectly here. Like, I know everything that happens. That's something you should do. Like, when you're ahead and you push out top lane like this, for example, or bot lane, doesn't matter, always cover the complete area where they could come from with vision, so you know what's happening to you. Because these 2 guys here lost vision over the enemy team, and they are like, hey guys, what's happening? We don't see them anymore. And now Lux and me should run already. Like, they didn't ping, sadly enough. But if they would have pinged, like, we would run now. So always ping the shit out of your teammates. Like I pinged Lux before, but now we die. She tries her best, but of course, like 3v2, Lux and Braum, not gonna work. We die. A little bit sad, and definitely my mistake, because I covered the whole area with vision, so we should be out of there. But yeah, happens. Shit happens. So what you see now, Lucian is using his pressure because he has double buff and is miles ahead. Aurelia thinks like, okay, it's fine. She pushed in top lane, it's gonna reset. And now this is what's happening when you don't have a clear plan as a team. Like, we could have used our advantage to, like, all 5 people go top and get the second inhib. That's something we could have done. But as it often is in lower elo, like 2 stayed mid lane, Lucian and Urgot are both fat carries. Olaf was somewhere around here, he's now pressuring bot lane, solo killing Jhin, which is okay-ish, but it's random. You know, it's not... This doesn't serve any purpose to close out the game. He's just having fun. It's okay, kill Jhin. Alright, so he gets further behind, but this doesn't serve any deeper purpose. Like, if we had gone as 5 top lane to take this tower and then the inhib, this would have been the best possible scenario. We didn't do, like, Lux and me died there because we were stupid. So now we have to reset. Lucian kills Brand solo again. I'm trying to catch up, but I'm still running. Lucian played that pretty smart, because he dashed right where Kayn didn't expect him to dash, so he survives. And now I'm closing up to the team. And please, if you are a tanky support who's not that mobile, always buy Moby boots, please. Your team needs you in hot spots, I call them, or choke points, whatever you wanna take, which opportunity. Wherever a fight could break out, your team needs you as a front line, definitely, to cover them. So you have to be able to catch up to your team fast and easy. So Mobies, please do it. So now I call to push mid lane again. Baron is up, but we are gonna go for a different play. I pinged Lucian to follow me, but takes a while. Try to set up vision for Baron now, and actually we spot out Kayn. So if you can kill the jungler, if the Baron, for example, is up, or the Drake, before you start it, always do it. Like, if they don't have a jungler, they are not even able to contest, and they won't in most cases. Maybe if they want to int, okay, but in most cases they won't. So we didn't catch Kayn here, but we're gonna catch him later. Can spoiler that already, but we are waiting for them. Like, I'm patient. That's something I see way too less. Do you put it like that? I don't know. Not enough players in lower elo do this. Like, I know they are around here. They were standing on my vision all the time, and I just chill, because like, the enemies have to push at some point. They could wait to farm, but they need to gain back a little bit of control over the map, because either way, we're doing Baron, or they get back control over it. So Brand has put vision here. I pinged that before, so we don't just randomly start the Baron, even though we could, maybe, to force a fight. But I think either way it's okay. So now we spotted Kayn. He's playing a little bit hide and seek with us. Urgot finally catches up to him, but he flashes. So basically we want to fight now, because we know we are stronger. And I'm looking for an engage wherever I can, and Olaf is too. As we see that mid lane in the respawned, we're just gonna basically, like, I don't get what this Brand is doing, whatever. We force the fight here right now. I cover Lucian. I instantly ignite Kayn, and he's dead. So we are that far ahead at the moment that it doesn't really matter if we get Baron or not. As you can see, we can just run them down, which is perfectly fine. Like always, like do this, be the engager as a support if you can, so your team knows that you are definitely going in. I see a lot of players in lower elo that stumble upon their own decisions, and decision making is the last topic I want to talk about in this video. Because that's what actually won us the game, that we made the right decisions and that mostly we've been patient when we couldn't do anything anyways. So as you can see, I'm pretty bold, just going in again, forcing Brand down, and we won the game. Victory, yay. So what you can take away from this is just always try to make the right decisions. And I know it's not easy, but go for your team. Like, if your team doesn't want to make the right decisions or doesn't know how to make the right decisions, then you have to do it. And as you can see, as a Braum support, I forced most of the plays that we made. I called my team around the map, they followed. After a while, of course. In that elo you can't expect your teammates to follow instantly when you call it, because they are slow on decision making. And on the macro perspective, I won this game for my team in a kind of way. Not completely, like Lucian carried us along, Urgot carried us along, Olaf did a pretty nice job. But yeah, I would say from all my teammates, I had the most impact in this game because I played on a macro level. Like I was really doing calls within the game. And this is what my team didn't do. So at the end, they were all waiting for my calls, and it was fine for me because I know a little bit about macro. A little bit. And yeah, hopefully it helps, hopefully it finds you well, and love and respect for you guys. I will do a lot more of these videos if you want. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and yeah, see you next time.